In 1984, my father, who's been deceased since 2011, entered a meeting in January of that year in Geneva, Switzerland, where a group of people were assembled that were supposed to solve the world's problems. A group of people that look after what is happening in the world. A committee of people that counsel sub-organizations, governments around the world on the route to take to better humanity. And I can put this in commas because it always depends on one's outlook with regards to humanity. And in this meeting, my father believed that the main purpose was to improve many things with regards to the environment, with regards to technology and so on. He was invited because he was an inventor that had invented a rotary motor system that can run on water. And the interesting thing about his thought process was that he was obsessed with saving the environment from pollution. Air pollution, water pollution, any kind of pollution. He really wanted to reshape how humanity lived. And he thought that many people in the world were really causing problems with regards to how we live our lives. He couldn't believe that we are still using internal combustion engines that run on petrol or diesel that come from crude oil. And he had come up with a solution that would solve this problem completely. And he believed he was invited to this meeting so that his invention can actually start to make a difference in the world. Well, he was wrong. The first thing that he realized is that many people in very senior positions within the petrochemical industry were present there. People that own large petrochemical companies. People whose names will be familiar to many of you. And I haven't spoken about the details of a lot of what he told me with regards to this meeting because I didn't think the time was right. And as you would have seen in the thumbnail of this video, that it's about Donald Trump's New World Order. And this is not an attack on Donald Trump. This is purely explaining to you what he's establishing and why he believes that this New World Order is super important. And where it will lead the world, because he really believes that he is doing exactly the same thing as the people in this committee that met in Geneva, Switzerland in 1984. And they meet every year subsequently. My dad did not go to those meetings because he was really shocked at what happened when he was offered a large sum of money to sell his patent to an oil company. And I still have the documentations for that to this day. However, what he soon realized is that what these people are doing is manipulating public thought and public minds to deal with the human condition. And this was their greatest concern. And that the reason for meeting in these meetings, for them to come together, for them to brainstorm over that 1 week period, was to see how do we deal with humans and their condition, the way humans expect to live, the way humans want to live, what they will tolerate, etc. So that the wealthy can keep on living the lives as they have been and become even wealthier. How do they achieve this? And my father very soon became disillusioned by what was taking place when he actually saw that no one is interested in solutions, that they just wanted to make sure that the solution does not become a problem to their future plans. So he spent the rest of his life what he believed was fighting these global elites, as he called them, the Rockefellers, the Oppenheimers, the Rothschilds, and many others. In the videos that I've put out on this channel, I've spoken about it at length. Now, how does this bear down on Donald Trump? Well, firstly, they realize that people that are more awake, more aware, more educated, those people are a problem because they often question the status quo. And if you can't rope them into the billionaires club, then they become a problem for you. So they try to create a voter or electorate base that would not question these things. So one thing that they realized was super important, and this had started a long time ago, was that you needed to create a base of Zionists that will absolutely follow every order of a dictator, because this is what they've been trained to do. So you get Zionist Jewish people, you get Zionist Christians, you do not get Zionist Muslims for obvious reasons. But Zionist Christians were an extremely important part of this plan to create a voter base, an electorate that will follow a savior figure. And this savior figure needed to be something close to what they believe to be the savior they believe in. Someone who will give solutions to their problems, take their problems away. And this person needed to play to their wants, whims, and needs that have been created since a very young age. And this Zionist Christian movement became very strong in the early 1900s up until this point. And this is where Trump comes into play. And Donald Trump, you know, has always supported the Democrats. He has supported Bill and Hillary Clinton in the past. And he was certainly not a conservative. But the one thing that Donald Trump knew, and the people that handle or control him know, is that the conservative Zionist Christian base that has been built with a lot of Zionist money, that base would follow blindly a savior figure. And Donald Trump was chosen to be that person. George W. Bush, his father, certainly didn't meet that criteria. And the era for the savior figure had arrived, and Donald Trump was that person, and he was willing to play that role. And I'll never forget many years ago on Oprah Winfrey, where Donald Trump said that if he had to run for president, he'll run as a Republican, because he'll be able to convince that voter base of anything. And Donald Trump must have the ability to understand the human condition to be able to control people in the way that he has. And he would never be able to do it with more educated people or the people that question authority, etc. So typically the left-wing base in the US are those people, where the right-wing base are more compliant. And this shooting that happened in Minnesota is testament to that, where certain people support law enforcement, what they did, the rights that they have, where the people on the left support the citizen and the rights that the citizen has, and saying that the government or the law enforcement doesn't have a right to take a life. So it's two opposing positions. And this you can see clearly. So Donald Trump understands the Zionist Christian base very well. He understands how to manipulate them. And now Donald Trump isn't a Christian. He's not even a believer at all. And anything that he says around that is just a lie. Because he is a pathological liar. And he doesn't, in fact, know how not to lie. The only thing is he's very open. He tells you how he feels. He says things as they are. It doesn't mean it's the truth. So how does this tie into Donald Trump and his new world order that he is creating? America needed to be created as a country as it is today to enable a transition to a new world order where people will be literally conditioned to worship a one world leader. And the one thing that Donald Trump did initially at the beginning of his second term as president was to do all the things that pandered to the Zionist Christians. The people that worship Israel, the people of Israel, and I'm talking about the Israeli state, those people literally enabled Donald Trump to be in office. So he understood what they needed to hear. And he gave them everything they needed in his first 100 days in office. Things like no men taking part in women's sport, taking funding away from abortion clinics, and many other things that they wanted as Zionist Christians. And by doing so, he had a massive support base. His approval ratings went through the roof. And Donald Trump doesn't care whether he achieved this through Democrats or Republicans. It's just that only the Republican base would be able to fall for his rhetoric, because only they were looking for a savior figure. He could never get this savior figure mentality to work in a liberal left-wing base. And that is the only reason for him being running as a Republican president. So this new world order that he wants to create needed all of these Zionist Christians to want someone to save them. This is very, very important. And the one thing I want to tie back to this meeting in 1984 my father attended is they discussed all of these necessities back then. And my father was quite taken aback by this. And it took him a while to really assimilate all the information he received while he was there, what he heard. And then just as an inventor attending there, trying to improve the world with his invention, being part of these discussions shocked him, because the environment was not a concern at all. His main reason for being there. And I think it taught him a lot. Firstly, that his aspirations matters not to the people that control the wealth in the world, that control the decisions in the world, that control the governments in the world. And whether there is this push for the climate change narrative, or whether there's this push against the climate change narrative, it's the same people doing it. It's just manipulating human emotions and human feeling. And the one thing that it's doing is causing distrust in governance systems. And what Donald Trump is putting in place is the backbone after his first 100 days where he pleases Zionist Christians, is to now put everything in place to create the backbone for this new world order where a one world leader can exist with a one world government and a one world religion. And you will see that he will speak of God, he will speak of many things that Zionist Christians want to hear. But he doesn't believe any of those things. If you listen to what he has said in the past in his life, he hasn't changed at all. So a lot of Zionist Christians will say, but God uses mysterious people, even people that aren't good, to achieve his objectives. And you need to understand that Donald Trump thinks he is God. That's the first thing you need to understand. And so do many other people. Because Donald Trump is a narcissist psychopath. And we can actually prove this. Tonight, by the way, Laura and I will do a live stream on why people are drawn to psychopaths and narcissists, and why they need people like that in their lives. Where does this come from? So do join us tonight. Look out for the link to that live stream where Laura and I will be discussing why people are so pathetically drawn to psychopaths. So Donald Trump is putting the backbone in place, which includes AI proliferation. In other words, artificial intelligence needs to have all the data bases, needs to have the data centers that can actually process all the information needed for artificial intelligence. And this is not an attack on artificial intelligence. It's explaining to you how he is shaping a new order within the world. And you must just understand that he is the tool, the pawn being used to achieve this. Donald Trump has been in the claws of the world elites for a very long time. He is not an elite. Donald Trump is not that rich, is not that influential. He is a very good actor and he is used to perfection. The people that handle him, his handlers, the people in charge of him, have so much dirt on the man that he cannot move. He hasn't got much breathing room. He has to do what they want or lose everything. You know, when Donald Trump went bankrupt, the Rothschilds bailed him out. They gave him the money to get kickstarted again, and from that day they controlled him. I still have an entire file on my computer on all of that history that people just aren't ready to hear. And maybe soon they will be, and I will actually compile an hour-long video on the life of Donald Trump so that people can understand where this man comes from, what created this man, and why he has to do what he does. And sometimes I do feel sorry for him because of the circumstances he finds himself in. And as a person gets older, you must have some form of a conscience developing. But because of his psychopathic tendencies, it's not there. It's not happening. And I said before that if he gets elected for a second term, he can go two paths. Fully resist the people that have been controlling him his whole life, or and be seen as a person really exposing the people behind the scenes, the handlers that drive this run towards a new world order. Or he could just subdue himself and fully implement the actions they want implemented. And that is the decision he's made. He has made the decision to just fully, and this is clear now after you're in office, implement the New World Order plan. And this new order that will be created, humans will not be able to make many decisions, which means we lose a lot of our freedoms. And you need the Zionist Christians to implement this. The Zionist Christians will say, if you have border agents in the middle of a state stopping you on a highway, you should tell them whether you're a US citizen or not. Someone on the left or a more liberal person is going to say, no, why do I need to tell you? I'm driving through a state. I've crossed the border into the country, or I'm inside the country. Why should I tell you whether I'm a US citizen or not? Because it's not necessary. And the Zionist Christian base will say, no, but you should follow law enforcement, because they have been conditioned since they were young to believe a savior figure, to obey, submit, subdue themselves to a savior figure. And this is what they will do. And they will not even flinch when, in the ICE shooting recently, a mother was shot in the head, and they will not be able to see clearly what is happening, because the filters, the bias is so deep that they cannot see what is actually happening. They have lost the ability to feel empathy and many other things, turning them into psychopaths. So, or developing psychopathic traits, which is dangerous for the world in the long run. And you know, I said in 2020, especially when I had meetings around the country, I met with over 10,000 people during the heaviest lockdowns. I told people that you will be your own enemy in future, that you will be the one in the end, because I couldn't tell them then that your personal beliefs was going to be the thing that's going to be undoing. But now I can tell them the reason why I said that you will be your worst enemy, that you will turn against your family, that you will turn against your children, that you will turn against anything and everything because of your beliefs. I can now tell them why that is. It's because of your Zionist Christian upbringing or many other conditions where you've been conditioned not to question things. And when I told people before that they should question everything, it's like they took their Zionist Christian beliefs, put it to the side, and then question everything else. Not this. It was like literally locked up in a safe space where these things cannot be touched. Everything else is fair game. I'll question everything else, yes, but I won't question this. And the reason why people have become deranged with regards to Donald Trump, when I speak of Trump derangement, I speak of his followers. I don't speak of the people that are speaking out against him. You know, I spoke of Trump derangement long before he started speaking of Trump derangement, because supporting someone like that is deranged, especially the way the support happens. The same way people believe in things that there's zero evidence for, and believe it the same way a child could believe that a unicorn is real, or fairy is real, or gnome is real, or troll is real, or any of those things, when there's no evidence for it. Until we discover evidence. If we discover evidence for it, this is a scientific process. You can say, yes, there are fairies. Here we've got a fairy. Lots of people come and look, here's a fairy. And then declare it to the whole world that fairies exist, we've got one. Okay. That is how things should work. When you believe things that there's no evidence for, that is when traits come into play that'll bring us to this New World Order. And Donald Trump is playing on all of those sentiments. And I can see on social media so many people that are so stuck in that Trump rabbit hole that I have to speak about it. I cannot ignore it. I always knew that it would get bad. I didn't know it would get this bad and that people will become this deranged and will not be able to just follow normal logic and common sense. Will lose their empathy completely. And if you look at the character traits of a psychopath, which Lauren and I will cover tonight in detail, you will see how that is starting to develop in you without you even knowing about it. So do join us tonight in this live stream. I just want to end off by talking about Donald Trump implementing this new world order, or making the pathway for this new world order, putting the backbone in place, all the infrastructure necessary for it, all the nuclear power station plans that he has, all the data center plans that he's backing, his political interference in things that just give absolutely unfettered power to tech billionaires, not the citizens of a country, and people just blindly thinking it's okay, shows you the level of derangement that we are stuck with. People believing that he is playing games with China and Russia do not understand the basics of what's happening. Back in 1984, in those meetings, the US had to be the savior country of the world, and Russia and China had to be the opposition, because it's the only thing that Zionist Christians would understand. And it was important to create this good guy, two big bad guys scenario, especially having the 2 against 1, which means that the rest of the people start supporting that one. We have people here in South Africa that think they're Americans, in the way they speak, in the way they support a president from another country. They have become disconnected from reality, where they actually live, who the actual government is, and the massive problems that we have here with the fact that we have, in my opinion, a government filled with gangsters and terrorists, which should be our main focus. Instead, these people are seeing the savior figure abroad. They're seeing it in the US, and they want Donald Trump to save South Africa. This is deranged. It's derangement. It's desperation. And I understand why people are desperate. Because of the suffering for such a long period of time. For all South Africans. All South Africans are suffering because of the current governance system we have. That governance system was given to us by the same people that created Donald Trump. The same people that managed Donald Trump. It is no different. It is the same people. This committee of people that are literally fighting for this transition to this new world order. And you'll see behind me this clock. I actually dialed it back by quite a bit. Why did I do that? These people that are implementing, the people from loosely called the Committee of 300, they're not named, but my father called them the Committee of 300 in a document when he never used that name with me. He just discussed the circumstances around the meeting that happened in Geneva, Switzerland, where he was present himself. And he relayed all that information to me, a lot more than I have made public. And I'm making more public now in this video, for you to understand that they needed the United States to play a certain role. And this was back in 1984. They needed China to play a certain role. And you will see 2 years later, in 1986, when they established the banking system in China that the Rothschilds created, China started going through the roof with regards to the economy, construction, and all sorts of things. If you look at what happened in Russia through that time period, from 1986, where Chernobyl happened, and then that transition to where the USSR fell and Russia was established, because it started then. The fall of the USSR started with Chernobyl in 1986. You will see all of those things coinciding, and the people that then took over in the Soviet Union. Now, the interesting thing you need to understand, it's the same people that created our current constitution, that created our governance system in South Africa, that are handling Donald Trump, that created the situation in the US, that also created the situation in Russia. They are the people that overthrew the Tsars. And it was Zionist people that fomented all of that, that did the pogroms. If you look at that history, which I discuss in my Moments in Time video series playlist, you will see their hands everywhere. And when I speak of their hands, I have actually discussed all the names of the people that served in the committee of 300 in 2016. And subsequently, some of them have died. But you can go and watch my my membership video where I discuss all those names. I actually did a meeting where I discussed all of them and name the people involved. So it's not just a they or them. We understand who the people are. Bill Clinton is a member of that committee. So is George W. Bush. So is Dick Cheney. So is Colin Powell. I can carry on and on. So are many other people in the world. So is the Pope. So is the King of Jordan. So is the Saudi Crown Prince. So was the Queen of England and now the King of England, as well as his son, William, are members of that committee. So all of these people meet once a year. And this happens just before the World Economic Forum meeting. Klaus Schwab was a member of the committee of 300. Bill Gates, his father before him. I can carry on and on. But this organization, I shouldn't call it an organization, committee exists where people meet. It might not be named. Some people call them the Olympians. Like I said, some people call them a committee of 300. You don't have to peg it down to 300. Maybe many people are just invited there. But they are planning a transition to a new world order. And why are they doing this? Because they don't trust the poor and they don't trust the middle class. We are the greatest threat to them. And the reason why I've dialed this clock back is because they are struggling to implement their plans. There's sub-organizations like the United Nations that is supposed to stop wars in the world, supposed to, have no power because the United Nations have no power over the US. They have no power over Donald Trump. Donald Trump can do absolutely what he wants. He can use his military however he wants. If he has the power to eliminate all the launch capabilities of China and Russia, he would do it. He would implement that right now. But many of those facilities are not computer-based. And many of the US facilities are not computer-based. It's still buttons and real logics. So you can't just infiltrate it with a virus or anything like that like you see in many of the movies. It just doesn't work that way. And in future, you will see a push from Donald Trump to cut the head of Russia and China. Now, here's the thing. It is America that is implementing the New World Order. This new order where we lose all our freedoms. It's not Russia. It's not China. They are the fall guys. That was decided decades ago. In fact, more than 50 years ago now, that was decided. So they were always going to be the fall guys. And the plans that have been implemented to make them the bad guys in the world is so ridiculous, because when you hear Donald Trump speak, he says, we can never allow China, we can never allow Russia to be in Greenland. And if we don't take Greenland, then Russia and China will take it. The bad guys. And then he says, oh, but I like Xi Jinping and I like Putin. What is it, Donald Trump? Why do people fall for this? And like I said, tonight, join us. Tonight, I'm not sure if it's going to be 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. Just look out for that link where Lauren and I will do a live stream on why people are attracted to psychopaths and why they need psychopathic leaders and why we have a world where psychopaths or people with psychopathic traits, strong traits, run countries, and why you should question your own sanity, your way of thinking, how you've been corrupted since you were a child to believe things that are just not true, that do not exist, that you have zero evidence for. You believe it the same way you believe in unicorns, you believe it the same way you might believe in fairies or little garden gnomes. It's no different. So I really look forward to that. Donald Trump is busy putting the backbone in place for a new world order. I will still do a video on this new ballroom that you'll be building, that is being built by a company that has built deep underground data centers in Israel, which has obviously been built for atomic weapon strikes. And you need to understand what that means. If you've been following this channel for some time, you will know that I said that there's an extremely strong chance that a nuclear device is detonated within Israel in the next couple of years. A strong chance. There's many other options that might happen, but there's a strong chance that a tactical nuke will be exploded. The reason why the same company that built these bunkers are now building the ballroom should send alarm bells to your mind. What is actually being built there? Why is it going to cost so much money? And would a ballroom actually cost that? Thanks so much for watching this video. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, do consider subscribing to this channel. I do make videos from time to time to clean out the house with regards to people that are racist, with regards to people that like to literally tack themselves to a box somewhere and believe I belong to this box. I cannot be boxed. I'm not a right winger. I'm not a left winger. I cannot be tagged to being a socialist, a communist, or a capitalist. I'm none of those things. I'm Desmond Bernardo, and I am a nuclear professional since 1992. I spent 8 years in counterterrorism intelligence, and based on my experiences that I had in Parliament, within the Air Force, where I served in a secret base at the Test Flight and Development Center, and everything I experienced there, saw and learned, I give you my perspective on what is happening in the world and the future. Thanks so much. Till the next video.